Russell Wilson Jr. III, honored with the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. Also, he and his wife, Sierra, are on the cover of GQ, which hits the newsstands February 23rd. Good morning, Russ. How are you?
Dan, what's up, man? It's always great being on the show. How you been?
Where's the trophy?
Oh man, the trophy's on its way right here. It's gonna be sitting somewhere over here somewhere. It's heavy though, man. It's like 75 pounds. I was lifting that thing up. I had to use both hands.
Okay, is that your library?
Yeah, this is my office. Yeah.
Okay. What do you have in it? What's the coolest thing you have in your office?
I got some good books here. Let's see here.
Have you read those books?
I haven't read them all, no. But the coolest thing I have in my office, man, I got some cool awards. I have this Lombardi award that I won last year. That was pretty cool. I got some other cool things in here. I'm not gonna say too much. I don't want somebody breaking it.
You should do a book club like Andrew Luck.
No book clubs for me right
now. What'd you think of the Super Bowl?
Man, I thought first of all, the fact that we were able to get this far, with everything going on with COVID and everything else, and for us to be there, I was sitting there watching the game, and it was pretty fascinating to just see, because all year we had no fans, so it was fascinating to see actually people there, the experience of it all. It felt real. But in terms of the game, I think that Tom got up early, and they threw a few touchdowns early on, and the reality is they couldn't block those guys on the other end. They struggled with Patrick was running for his life the whole game, it felt like.
But I didn't understand why Kansas City didn't make adjustments with that offensive line, right? At halftime, don't you make adjustments to something like that?
Yeah, I think they need to adjust a little bit quicker in the game, and then next thing you know, the Bucs were already up, pretty good, in the first half, so I think they were trying to catch up. They're always trying to play catch up mode in that game. And, obviously we got guys like Tyreek running down the field and Kelsey, but I felt like they moved the ball in certain moments, but then they kind of got froze, kind of got stuck in the middle of the field. So that's where they had some problems.
But also, and Patrick Mahomes has mentioned this, he's trying for the big play and not taking what the defense gives you. Do you understand that? And you probably went through this year where you guys were getting the big play, but you weren't getting other things.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing that they have to be able to do is they had to slow those guys down up front for Patrick to be able to go through his reads. It looked like as soon as he kind of was hitting his back foot sometimes, and then other times, they were trying to take shots down the field. But I think that they didn't adjust great, but also too it didn't seem like they could handle the guys up front.
Does Brady do anything that you can't do?
Does he do anything that I can't do?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he does anything I can't do. I think that he does everything extremely well. He's got great players. I mean, I was looking at the pregame warmups, right? And I'm watching the pregame warmups, and I'm seeing Gronkowski, I'm seeing Godwin, Evans, Antonio Brown. They got Fournette. They got all these players around them. Watching Antonio Brown on that deep hinge stop route that he ran 25 yards, boom, stopped on a dime. You have Gronkowski. I thought Leftwich called a great game and got Gronkowski open early in the game and got him open. That was really cool down in the red zone, some of the stuff they were doing. And I think that they made their plays, when they really needed to, in that game.
Does Mahomes do anything you can't do?
No, man. I think that he can launch it long ways down the field. But I think I can do everything out there. He's a really special player, though, man. I love watching him. I love watching his competitive drive. The game was kind of out of hand there. He just kept going for it, which I loved watching him go for it. Even though it didn't turn out the way he wanted it to. He's going to be a heck of a player for a long time.
How much input should the quarterback have in organizational moves? Veteran quarterback.
Yeah, I think it depends on who it is. I think.
Well, how about you? How much do you have any say in what Seattle does offensively with free agents or draft picks?
I think that it's I think that ultimately for me personally, I think that I want to be able to be involved, because at the end of the day, it's your legacy, it's your team's legacy, it's the guys you get to go into the huddle with, and at the end of the day, those guys you got to trust. When you think about one of the reasons why Tom went to Tampa was because he felt like he could trust those guys, and Bruce was going to give him an opportunity. I think for every situation, you have to be able to go into a situation. You think about guys like LeBron. He was able to be around great players that he can trust. I think for me, anytime you bring free agents in, other players. You want the best players, guys who love the game, guys you want to be a part of that. And as a player, you kind of know that. You get to be around Pro Bowls, you get to kind of see these guys, you get to be in the huddle with the linemen or receivers, or get to be around defensive guys. And so you kind of build that over time and get to see who can really play. As a player, you really know. So I think that relationship's really key, and that dialogue between, especially being a veteran player, that dialogue is really important.
Yeah, but that's a long-winded way of not answering my question. Are you involved in personnel decisions? Have you been involved in personnel decisions?
Not as much. I don't. I think that.
Do you want to be involved, Russ?
Yeah, I think it helps. I think it helps to be involved more. But I think that dialogue should happen more often, in my opinion.
Yeah, but look, I'm worried about these numbers. You've been sacked 394 times in your career. So you're going to be the most sacked quarterback in the history of the game. Why?
Yeah. Well, I think that sometimes you hold on to it a little bit, just because you're looking for that play and you find those guys, but also so many times those turns into touchdowns too. But to be you never want to be sacked that many times. 400 times up basically is way too many. 400 too many. So I think that's a big thing that we got to fix. That's got to be fixed. And has to be. At the end of the day, because my goal is to play 10 to 15 more years. And so when you think about that and longevity and legacy and all that, and you watched the game the other night. The difference between that game was, Tom was taking shots down the field and getting the ball, to his guys and stuff like that. But, he wasn't touched really. He got touched. I think he got sacked one time in the game, early on. But, throughout the.
And this doesn't even count, Russ, how many times you were hit. I mean, that's 394 sacks. Like, that's a lot. And like.
I think you also get away quite a bit too. I get away some too. But,
you do, but that's a lot though.
I think that we got to get better up front. I think that, and it's not just passing. I think in terms of everything you do, it controls the game, as you watched the other night. I think obviously guys like Dwayne are such amazing players, and to have him come in was a big thing that I really wanted to make sure that happened. I think that we all wanted to make sure that happened because we knew that what a great player Dwayne was, for example. So, so I think that, throughout the next 10 years, it's really important for me personally, but also just, throughout, my career that, we make sure that we do everything we can, including myself, do everything we can to make sure that doesn't happen.
We're talking to Russell Wilson. What do you make of CBS Jason La Canfora saying that Seattle had gotten calls for possible trade talks with you? Do you believe that Seattle has gotten calls?
Yeah, I definitely believe they've gotten calls for sure. I think that I think anytime you're a player that tries to produce every week and has done it for consistently, I think people are going to call for sure, and I think it's part of the process.
Yeah, but you're a franchise quarterback. You're a Hall of Fame quarterback. You're not available, are you?
Well, I'm not sure if I'm available or not. That's a Seahawks question, but I think more than anything else is I think at the end of the day, you want to win. You play this game every day to wake up to win. You play this game, to be the best in the world. What I hate? I hate sitting there watching other guys play the game. There's nothing worse.
By the way, you looked miserable at the Super Bowl watching.
Yeah,
the
there's
game.
a picture of Sierra and Roger talking. I'm sitting there pissed off. I'm watching this game, wishing that I was in there playing. So I think that ultimately you watch the games and you want to do everything you can to be there. That's why we play this game. And so I think that part of it's really key. And I think that the reality of professional sports is things happen, things change. I'm not sure how long I'll play in Seattle. I think hopefully it was going to be be forever. But things change obviously along the way. And I think that you focus on what you can control every day and try to be the best version of yourself, and ultimately try to win championships. And I think that's that's why I play this game.
What's the cover on GQ? What's it look like with you and your wife?
It just came out I think it's just coming out here this morning, or it's coming out soon here. But I think it'll look good. I think you'll like it. And Dan, I know you and C have that good relationship. I know you guys are really close. So I know
we're not that close that much anymore. Once you got married, so I had to be respectful. So I mean,
you backed up.
Yeah. I mean, I backed away and I was respectful.
I got you.
Where is she right now?
I think she's with the kids right now. It's early. It's early on the West Coast. So
It's
you know,
only it's 7:30. I mean,
yeah,
she still looks great.
she's
Can she
oh
do a
yeah,
drive-by? Can you just say, "Hey, C, can you
yeah.
come in here and say hello to
She's
Dan?"
she's on the other side of the house. She's
Uh,
with I think Little Win right now.
Wait, how big is the house?
I don't know. It's big enough. Got enough- got enough business for it.
It's not like a two-bedroom apartment that you're in, right?
No, we're not a two bedroom.
What are you doing in the off season?
Man, just getting ready. I think every day you try to get ready, try to get prepared. We have a pretty cool business too called Limitless Minds. That's growing like crazy. I think you've talked to Trevor before. You know, it's that business. My brother Harry, DJ, that business is growing. We're working with some of the best companies in the world. We have the House of LR&C from a business standpoint too. That's really growing with Christine Day. She was the former CEO of Lululemon, and me and Sierra and Christine are. And the rest of the team, we're running that business. And so it's good because I don't have to focus on that every day. You know, I have a great team, like people like Christine and
But
my
what is
brother
that
Harry.
business, though, Russ? What is
Yes,
it?
it's our fast line. So we have a Good Man brand, which is our clothing line, which has been massive and it's been growing like crazy. And the Good Man brand, we give 3% back to the Why Not You Foundation. We give all those proceeds to the Friends of the Children. It's an amazing program, and it's it's a great clothing line. It's a great shoes, everything you could want to wear. I can run a 40-yard dash in these pants, I'm telling you. And then we also have Human Nation that's underneath the House of LR&C. So imagine
how fast do you run the 40-yard dash?
Well, I'm a guy that can run way faster than you, Dan. That's for sure.
Well, I know that, but I hope so. But what do you run the 40 now?
Well, I'm probably a low 4.5 guy right now. I'm more quick than fast though. Like the awareness of being able to get in and out of things, I think is what's key, especially playing my position, because you're in small movements, right? So you're getting in and out of the pocket, you're sliding to the right, sliding to the left, spinning out. So I think that's what I really concentrate on. But right now in this time of year, it's really just trying to get ready for the season, and trying to get prepared and trying to be the best version of yourself.
How are the kids?
Man, Future's growing up fast. He's getting ready for all these sports and stuff like that, trying to be safe as possible. And he's getting tall and fast and athletic. And then you have Sienna, who's, she knows everything. She's gonna run for president one day, I'm sure. And then you have Win, who's 6 months, who is getting ready to. I feel like he's gonna run before he ever walks. So he's ready to roll. So. The kids are great. It's the best part of, after the season, you really get to, spend time with your kids and balance all that out.
Quarterbacks hate 3 and out, but are you 3 and out? That's it? 3 kids?
Oh, I'm pushing C for more. She wants to have more too, but we'll see what happens.
Go for it on 4th down is what I would do if I were you. Hey, don't tell her I said that. Congrats on the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, and it's a great honor. And I don't know if it hits you what it meant to you. Can you describe it?
Yeah, man. My whole life, my dad used to talk about Walter Payton and what a man he was, the legacy that he lived, and everything else. And I think, my dad not being here anymore, I think the reality is that, to be able to serve and give back, it's the greatest gift, in the world, and I think that whenever I got in Seattle in 2012, I wanted to be able to serve and give back to the community and everything else. So that's been something that I've been super passionate about. I've met almost 1,000 some kids in Seattle Children's Hospital. We've been able to do so many cool things with, pediatric cancer with our Why Not You Foundation, and Why Not You Foundation doing so many things with, Ride United program this offseason, and everything else that we've been able to do along the way, especially with COVID that's happened, and I'm a Voter campaign, and just, it's been a journey, it's been a journey, especially in 2020 with all the people that we've lost, all the people that you care about, and all the people that you've gotten to know that have experienced different things, also all the things going on racially in America. It was important for me and C to get involved, and to, even to partner up with, Wheels Up to do Meals Up with Kenny Dichter. It was a blessing to be able to give back and just really try to make a difference as much as we could. And so, I think that I told C, the cool part is it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning of really being able to make a difference. And hopefully we can continue to do that along the way.
I think your dad went to McLovin's alma mater. Your dad went to Dartmouth?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, McLovin went to Dartmouth.
Loving.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. I mean, your dad was an athlete and McLovin wasn't. Did Dartmouth recruit you?
They did actually. Buddy Tevens actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Buddy Tevens. I went up to Dartmouth. I went up there. I don't know. I was probably 10th grade or something like that. And my cousin was actually playing basketball. She was playing basketball at University of Penn. So I went up there. Everything else, and Buddy Tevens. My dad and Buddy Tevens were really close. Actually, they had a really good relationship. My dad played football and baseball there and everything. And so I went there. Beautiful camp. I mean, there's so much snow. It was probably 12 feet of snow when I went up there. I was like, I'm not coming here.
Yeah.
So I was like, but anyways, my dad, he loved Dartmouth, the Big Green, and so that was always fun to be up there. And my Uncle Ben and everything else. We had a good time.
Hey, good to talk to you. Have a good off season, and we'll stay in touch. And tell your wife I said hello.
Okay, boss. I'll good seeing you, man.
That's-
McLovin, see you later, bud.
Whoa, all right.